Okay, good morning. All right, so go ahead and lay on your back for me and then just bring your knees into your chest and just start taking that nice little rock from side to side. I'm diving right in with a um, bicycle series this morning. So buckle up. But for now, you're just going to start in that nice little bit of a stretch. So release that left leg. Keep your right knee pulled into your chest. Take a big inhale here for me. And then as you exhale, I want you to just pull from that shin. Right knee comes in towards your chest. You're welcome to open it up out to that right side for me. And then you'll bring it back through center to release it. You'll pull your left knee into your chest, letting that right leg extend. Find your breath here. And as you pull that shin in towards your chest, pull that lower back into the mat. Go ahead and bring both knees in one more time, taking that big inhale. We're going to start nice and slow. So take your time in this first little core warm up here. Your legs are going to go into tabletop for me. Once your legs are in tabletop, you're just going to start with a crunch. So you're going to exhale to lift all the way up, inhale to lower down. We exhale to lift all the way up. You're laying on that back, and then you exhale as you lift. Inhale, I should say, as you're lowering down. Your knees are right over top of those hips, and you're thinking about pulling your lower back into the mat, almost a slight tuck of your tailbone. The extra challenge is going to be when you press those knees just a centimeter away from those hips to get into those lower abs. We're going to hold at the top here in 5, in 4, stay slow and controlled for 3, good, for 2, on 1, hold at the top for me. You're going to go right side only. You're going to bring left elbow to right knee, full extension, back to center. Just bringing that right elbow to that left knee, then you come back to center. We have 4 more here. We twist, we come back through center. Exhale, twist, come back to center. 2 more. You're going to hold for me on this side, on this next one. You're just going to freeze. It's an isometric hold. Hands stay behind your head. If you need to reach, you'll reach. You have 6 seconds here. 5 and 4. Hold on to it. 3 and 2. You come back to center, back to your crunches. Lower down. Exhale, squeeze, lift. Lower down for me, and then you exhale, squeeze to lift. 4 more center crunches, and then we bring right elbow to that left knee. It's very slow and controlled. You're focused on your form, that height, getting your shoulder blades off of the mat. 3 more crunches here. You hold at the top in 2, big lift and squeeze. Next one, you hold at the top for me, you twist. Right elbow comes to that left knee, and that opposite leg extends. Pull right elbow to that left knee as that right leg extends, and then you come all the way back through center. Take your time and find your control. You're really trying to get that elbow to that knee or past that knee. In 3 counts, you're going to find that second hold for me. In 2, you've got it. Give me 1 more twist and hold right here. Breathe. Exhale. Big, 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 big twist. If you need to reach, you reach. Shoulder blades are off that mat. You hold for 6. You hold for 5. You come back through center, back to your crunches in 4, 3, 2, come back to center. You're crunching, lowering all the way down. Exhale, squeeze to lift for me. Keep your legs right where they are. I want you to start bringing your elbows in to tap those knees, and then you open elbows back as you lower down. Bring elbows in to tap those knees. You're not moving legs, just that upper body. Good. You have 6 seconds here. In 5 seconds, we hold at the top. We have slow, regular bicycles twisting from side to side. In 4, 3, good, and 2, stay at the top on this next one. We twist left elbow to right knee, right elbow to left knee. Take your time. You have a full 20 seconds here. As you're breathing through this thing, can I get up 1 inch higher? Can I twist 1 inch further? Only 10 seconds right here. Here's where we pick up that pace just a little. You twist and you twist for me. Good. You're back through center. You don't get a break just yet. Hold for me center in 3. Hold for me center in 2. Freeze to the center. Now bring elbows and knees in into that tight little ball. You're going to bring your head, neck, and shoulders down, tap your toes. You exhale, you come into that tight little ball, and then you lower head, neck, and shoulders, and you tap those toes down for me. If that was too advanced, just focus on the top half of that body and that crunch. You can leave your legs where they are if you need to. 10 seconds right here. You're going to hold head, neck, and shoulders static. You're just going to move your legs for your toe taps in 4. Get that last crunch in 3. Beautiful. 2, Hold at the top for me if you can. You're going to tap your toes down, exhale, lift and squeeze. You have the option to modify and reach, but I want you to make sure lower back is pressing into the mat. If it's too much to be lifted, you can let your hands reach towards the ceiling and you can just tap your toes. If not, you're lifted, extra challenge, hands behind your head. 5 seconds here. 4, yes, you can. 3, we've got this. Last 2, hold at the top on 1. You're going to extend that left leg towards the ceiling, right leg towards the mat. Single leg switches to finish. You start by reaching, grabbing behind that chin. When you're ready, my advanced friends are going to bring their hands behind their head. Stay in your switches for 15 seconds. If it's too much, you keep bending those knees. Nice, Amy. You've got 10 and 9. Finish in those switches. 8, hands behind those head for 7. You've got it. 6 and a rest. 5 and a rest. Go 4, 3, 2, and you made it. Knees come into your chest. Take the big inhale. Really nice first warm-up series in those abs. As you exhale here, you're going to roll yourself up. You're going to meet me in a forearm plank. We've got a couple changes in the plank, a couple push-ups here, and then you'll find your child's pose. We'll go right into legs. I want everyone to find your forearm plank for me. Once you're ready in that forearm plank, here's what I need you to think about. Find your form here. Elbows right underneath of those shoulders. You're pressing into the mat. You're going to take a big exhale. Belly button pulls in towards that spine. And then we're squeezing those legs together. So you're zipping up from your ankles into those inner thighs for me. We're going to start walking our feet out, in 4, in 3, add your legs in 2. Here we go. It's out, in, and squeeze. Walk out, in, and squeeze. Now, what I want you to think about here, I can't see it, but you can feel it. When you bring your legs back together, almost like a tuck squeeze to re-engage lower abs right here. 10 seconds left in these out and ins. You're going to meet me center. I'm going to have you have your feet a couple inches apart because we're going to start bending our knees in 3, in 2, hold on 1. You bend right knee, you bend left knee. Think about your lower abs right here. You can always walk your feet further apart if you need that extra challenge, or you hold static. You have 10, keep bending. 9 and 8, hold on to it. 7, you've got 6 right here. We hold in 5, you open those feet. In 4, you've got it. 3 and 2, hold center, open feet up, walk up to your hands, meet me in your shoulder taps. You tap left shoulder and right shoulder. Take your time here. You've got 2 changes on your wrist before I bring you back down to your hands. You have 10 more seconds in your shoulder taps. We're going to go into a push-up downward dog. So you're going to give me a push-up. Here's that stretch. You lift those hips up towards the ceiling in 3, in 2, you give me 1 push-up, then you press your hips up towards the ceiling. If you'd like to pedal out those knees, you pedal out those knees. If not, you can go right back in. You're welcome to drop to the knees in the push-up and then lift those knees up. Only 10 seconds left right here. Finishing those push-ups, you're going to meet me in that forearm plank hold. You're almost out of it in 3. Finish that last push-up in 2. Everybody meet me in their forearm plank. Here's where you finish. Here's where you finish. Final 30 seconds in that plank. And then we're going to get into our legs. I want you to take a big inhale here. On the exhale, think about lifting your glutes up a centimeter and then re-tucking your tailbone under, like your belly button and your pelvic bone is coming towards your forehead as you squeeze those inner thighs. 20 seconds right here. I want you to breathe. Take the big inhale. Don't hold your breath. Don't clench your jaw. Think about how strong you are in the beginning of this warm-up. You have 5, 4, and a child's pose. 3 and 2 on 1. Everybody rest. Knees open up nice and wide, and you press your seat back. Hopefully arms are warm, abs are warm. We'll head into our legs next, but really nice first series there. Big inhale. We're going to go into some clams here, and I'm going to give friends options because I know some of you have props. You can put balas on if you want. You can use a light band if you want. We're going to do that deconstructed clam. Your other option, friends, is to put a weight behind that knee if you're looking for the extra challenge. If you're going to go body weight, it'll just take you a second to get warmer, but I'll get you there. Right leg is going to be lifted from the start, and then I'm going to have you come onto that left side. Just prop that head up, and then bring your knees into that nice 90. You all know this. We love it. The extra challenge is yours to decide whether you want to use a band If you're using a band, it's around your shins. That's where we're changing things up today, around your shins, right on that, above that ankle. Now press your right hand into the mat. Everybody's gonna flex their feet for me. You're gonna lift up to that hip height and hold for me right here. Now, all I want you to think about is dropping down an inch, squeeze to lift up an inch. It's gonna be slow and controlled. All that's happening here is you're releasing that contraction and then you're squeezing. Both cheeks are going to work right here. I know that we're in that high position. I want you to think about pressing into the mat. As you exhale to squeeze your cheek, can you pull your belly button in towards your spine? 6 here, good. 5, little squeezes. 4, you've got to keep this controlled or you won't feel it. 3, last 2 on 1, hold for me. Now let's start drawing circles. So you're going to come up an inch and you're going to circle that apple or that orange right towards your forehead for 6. Good. 5 here, we reverse it. 4, you keep that leg lifted, you flex through those feet. 3, last 2. Now go ahead and reverse that circle. 6, the opposite direction. You're just squeezing and you're thinking about abs staying engaged, outer thigh getting nice and warm. We have this. 4 and 3, perfect. 2, now hold on 1 for me. We take that top knee, we drop it down and tap that bottom, and we come back to parallel. It's okay for that ankle to move a little, but I want you to think about an internal rotation back to parallel. Internal rotation back to parallel. If you have a band around your shins, here's where you're going to be trying to fight in opposition. You have 6 and we lift. Good. 5 and reach. Final 4 and lift. You've got it. 3 and lift. Last 2 and lift on 1. Full range. You come down to a hover, lift and squeeze. Come down to a hover, lift and squeeze for me. If you're contracting through that corner pocket down that outer thigh, I want you to think about pressing into the mat. You have 6 seconds here. 5 and 4. Good. 3 and a hold. 2 and a hold. On that last one, just lift that leg up. Freeze for me. I'd like you to press yourself up and come on to that shoulder just for our last 20 seconds here. Lift your leg, feel the difference. Pull that rib cage up, shoulders right over top of that elbow, and you're squeezing for me right here. Good. Final change. Drop that heel down. You close those knees, you open those knees. Don't let your body start to lean back. Stay twisted. Open those knees and squeeze. Open and close. You've got it. 10 and 9. You've got 8. Band comes off. If you have it, you meet me in a forearm plank in 5, 4. Yes, you can. 3 and 2 on 1. Come right into your forearm plank for me. Right leg only is going to move for 3 changes. You're going to step your right leg out and in, just that right side. Trust your body here. Forearm plank, right leg steps out, it steps in. You've got 10, 9, 8, step it out and in. Don't cheat yourself. Go 6 unbroken. 5, 4, 3 and 2. Bring that right leg in. You hover that right leg. Now just squeeze your glute. Yep, you're just squeezing that single leg plank. You have 6 seconds in that glute. Keep squeezing. Yes, you can. Nice form, Kathleen. 5 squeezes, 4 squeezes and a hold. Here's where it gets fun. 3 and 2. Can you just freeze for me? When you have to drop that leg, you drop it, but I need you to try to give me 15 seconds right here. Squeeze that right glute. Point through your toe. Trust your body. Take the big inhale. 8 and 7. Yes, you can. 6 and 5. You're back to dropping that foot down, and we come onto that other side in 3 and 2. Knees come down on 1. You can take that child's pose here. Shake it out. We're going to go right onto that opposite side. So I started dominant here. So you're going to come onto that right side. That left leg is going to go in that nice position. If you had that band on, you grab that band and you'll put it back around those shins. You lay all the way down for me. And then you bring those legs back into your clamshell here, back to that clamshell. From here, I'm going to lay down a little bit more to stay off my wrist. So you're going to flex through your feet. You're going to lift up to that hip height. And now remember, you're dropping down an inch. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Drop down an inch. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Now you guys are advanced, so it's going to take you a second to get warm. But if you contract through that glute, it's only a down an inch because you're squeezing as tight as you can. Then you release the squeeze. and then you contract again. Think about where in your butt you're squeezing from. This doesn't come from your knee or your foot. It's coming right from your booty, that outside corner pocket, 6 seconds right here. Squeeze and release. It's just up an inch, down an inch. Good. 4, 3, here we go. 2, now we start to circle. So you're just giving me a circle around that apple, around that orange towards your forehead. Good. Think about the squeeze here. Now I know your knee is leading this, but let your glute be the squeeze that's helping it to circle around. 3 right here, we reverse that circle. And 2, on this last one, reverse it opposite direction. So as you squeeze, you're still giving me a lift now, and then we're circling and tracing that imaginary piece of fruit. You have 8 seconds. Keep squeezing for me. 7 and 6, hold on to it. 5 and 4, good. 3 and 2, we hold on. 1, we keep that knee lifted, that ankle, and then we drop that knee to internally rotate, open it back up. We drop that knee, connect, and open back up. You're gonna feel this in that bottom leg, big lift, and then we drop that knee down. We've got 10 and 9, keep fighting, 8 and 7, good. 6, we're almost in full range here, and 4, 3 and 2 on 1. Keep that knee up. We come down to a hover, lift and squeeze. Down to a hover, lift and squeeze. You've got to make this deliberate or you won't feel it. You should be able to get into this with body weight only. Think about how strong you are. We're going to lift up on in that last hold onto that shoulder in 5, 4, stay in full range. 3 and 2, lift that leg up. Can you come up to your forearm for me? Yes, you can. Now think about pulling from that rib cage, pressing into that mat. Now connect your feet. You close your knees and then you open your knees. You're gonna wanna lean back here and I want you to stay forward. You close those knees and you open those knees for 8. You're back to your plank in 7. You have this. 6 and 5. Close and open. Squeeze those thighs for me in 3 and 2 on 1. Knees closed. You come right into your forearm plank. There's no break. You just start stepping that left foot out and in. Yes, you can. Out and in. Control it. Out and in. If you need to just hold your plank, you can, but I saw everyone and how strong you were on that first side. So now you're breathing through it. You have 8 seconds right here. 7. We're going to hover that left foot and go into our pulses in 6 and 5. Yes, you can. 4 and 3. Beautiful. 2 on 1. Hover that left foot up. Little squeezes here for 10. Squeeze for 9. You fight for me. You point through those toes in 7 and 6. It's a hold in 5. You can in 4 and 3. Beautiful. 2, now just hold. Here's where you fight. That foot is going to come down. Before you take your break, you walk up to your hands. You have 30 seconds of push-ups. Do not lose it. 5 seconds here. 4 seconds. Left foot comes down in 3 and 2. Everybody open those feet up a little bit wider. Come up to your hands. Give me 30 seconds of push-ups and you're in a child's pose. Any type of push-up that you want. It can be a single count. It can be a 2 count. It can be a hand release, but you have to work for this next 20 seconds. Get your arms and your shoulders nice and warm. You've got this. 15-second mark. So fight for it to lower. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze to lift. Nice cord, everyone. 8 and 7. Child's pose is going to feel really good in 5, 4, 3, and 2. Get your last push up in. Press back. Open knees wide and you rest. Find your child's pose and take the big inhale. Legs should be warm and ready to go. Big inhale here. Knees are open. As you exhale, you're just wiggling those fingertips 1 inch further towards the top of that mat for me. When you are ready, you are going to come into your downward dog. We're going to get ready to stand for that next leg series. So big inhale here, and then pedal out those knees. Anyone with wrist issues, if you prefer to just go into your your cat-cow, you're welcome to, whatever feels good. When you're ready, you'll walk your hands into your feet into your hands for me. And we're going to slowly roll ourselves up. Option to keep your balas on if you have them. You're going to turn so that you're standing in the center of your mat. We are going to just do a little bit of side lunge work before we move on. From here, left foot is going to move first. We're going to step into that left side lunge. We step together. We step into that right side lunge. So I want you to just try to get a little bit lower than you think that you can. All 10 toes face forward. So I need you to think about your form right here. Some people hate side lunges. I don't really mind them, but whenever they cue them in class, it makes me giggle that who doesn't like them. When you step out with that right foot, all 10 toes face forward parallel, just like with that left foot. Think about pressing through your pinky toe, pressing through that outer part of your foot as you come back together for me. You have 10 seconds left right here. You're going to meet me center. We go body weight squats. You're doing great. You have 8 seconds. You're going to go into body weight squats for 30 in 5, in 4. Make sure heels aren't too narrow here in 3 and 2 on 1. Give me that body weight squat. No tempo, you're just single counting, getting those glutes nice and warm. You lower down, you lift and squeeze. The side lunges are helping us with inner thighs and that outer thigh. And then we're in the center of our booty with those squats. We were just in our clamshells getting that outer thigh corner pocket of your butt. 20 seconds right here. We're going to put it together. I know you're going to play around with your feet, but you're going to give me one squat and then you're going to step out nice and wide to that right side. You give me a squat and you step out to that left side in 10 seconds. Stay here in that center squat. Drive your booty down and then you squeeze to come back to that top. We've got 5 seconds. We're going to put it together. You're going to take your time. There's no rushing. In 3, in 2, on 1, you stand up nice and tall. You're going to step out with that left side. You come back to center. You give me that squat, and then you're going to step out to that right side. Your feet just don't come all the way back together at the top. You keep some distance apart for your squat. Now I want you to take your time because your knees have to press apart in the squat, and then your one leg always stays straight in your side lunge. You're going to meet me in that center hold, in that squat hold. Open your feet wider in 3, in 2. Everyone find a squat hold. Open feet up so that they're hip width distance. Find your squat hold. Get comfortable. Find your squat hold. Breathe for me. Breathe for me. Breathe for me. 5 seconds here. We start to pulse. You can do this. Watch your chest, squeeze your butt. Now start to squeeze up an inch and down an inch for me. You're out in less than 15 seconds. We stand. You've got this. Up an inch and down an inch. Up an inch and down an inch for 8 and 7. Stay low. 6 and you stand. 5 and you stand. Yes, you can. 4 and 3. Beautiful. 2. Stand all the way up. Open feet nice and wide for me. You have a couple changes in your second position before we hit arms. Now take a big inhale. I know you need that rest in those legs. Heels are turned in, toes are turned out. Come to the bottom of that second position, hold. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale in this first hold, you're contracting through that belly. Belly button is pulling in towards your spine. You have a slight tuck of your tailbone, that flat back here. And now we're just going to start to pulse. And as you pulse down an inch, your knees are pressing back an inch. Don't cheat yourself here. I need you to give me these last 3 changes nice and strong. As you pulse, think about where's the weight. It should be in your heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes. This pulse is just so important. As you press your knees back, feel your inner thighs firing up, feel your glutes start to get warm. I'm going to keep you here for this last change. You started in your hold. You have your pulses. You're going to add your heel lift with that pulse in 3, in 2. If the heel lift is too much, you ditch it. You stay low. You either pulse or you hold it. If you can add that heel lift in, add that heel lift in. It's 20 seconds. You lift right heel with a pulse, you lift left heel with a pulse. So you think about that yo-yo motion as right heel lifts, left heel lowers, as left lift, right lowers. You can do this. 10, stay low for 9, good. 8 and 7, keep pulsing. 6 and 5, last 4 and 3, 2 and 1, stand all the way up nice and tall. Grab your weights for me. We'll shake it out in a second. You're going to grab those 2s, 3s. If you want to take your balas off your ankles and give yourself a rest with those, you are welcome to. Weights are going to come into your hands, and we're just going to go into that wide T lift, and we're going to come about 3/4 of the way down. We exhale, lift and reach. Inhale, lower down. Good. Exhale, lift and reach. Inhale, lower down. Now think to yourself, soft bend in your knees here. I like when I'm like so sweaty from berries that all my clothes are just, glued to me. Lift about 3/4 of the way down. So right now I need you finding length in those shoulders. As you reach those arms up, it's almost like they're still melting and scooping away from your ears. You have 10 seconds here. We leave them lifted. In 8, remember, arms don't come above those shoulders. Hands don't come above those shoulders. 5, here, good. 4, nice and controlled. Don't rush it. 3, and 2. Now leave it up. We come down an inch and up an inch, down an inch and up an inch. You're going to feel your triceps squeezing. You're going to feel your shoulders get warm. You're going to go into a goalpost position next. So you're doing great. 6 little pulses. 5, 4, we hold in. 3, we hold in. 2, on 1, turn your palms towards me. Elbows bend. We're going to reach up overhead. We're going to pull back down. So you're in that nice shoulder press, that wide shoulder press. I need you to have your core help you here. Big inhale. Exhale. Yep. Inhale and exhale. 10 seconds to go. We're going to put a couple movements together here. I want you to think every time you reach up, you're pulling something back down. Big reach. We've got a hammer curl, a half hammer curl into that press in 3. Good. In 2. Now pull those arms down. You're going to give me 1 at that hammer curl back up. So we're just extending, squeezing triceps. You come to 90, you press all the way back up. So we extend, we come to 90, we press overhead, we pull back down for 10. And 9, you take your time or you find a little bit more speed if that feels good. You're in your T position, your palms are facing the floor, and you're going to circle towards me in 3. Good. Finish out that last breath in 2. On 1, extend, palms face the floor, and now we circle. Squeeze your triceps, arms are long and strong. You've got this. 6 and 5, we reverse. In 4, are your knees bent? Are you breathing? Go ahead and reverse that circle here. Tiny and controlled. Squeeze your triceps. We're about to change what our arms are doing. You've got 5 seconds. Arms come in front of you. Here's where you're going to want to drop them. Can you give me the first hold before you take a break? In 3, in 2, bring those arms to the front. I know. It's like, I know where your head is. I know what it's telling you. You come 3/4 down. You lift and you squeeze. You come 3/4 down. You lift and you squeeze. Yes, you can. As you are squeezing those weights, belly button is pulling in, knees have a soft bend. We're going to leave those arms lifted in 8 seconds. You're doing great. 7, contract through your abs. 6 and 5, we've got it. 4 and 3, we pulse at the top. And 2, on this last one, we just come down an inch and up an inch. Down an inch and up an inch. You keep reaching. You keep breathing through it. Knees are bent. 8 seconds here. 7, good. 6 and 5, palms are going to face each other. Arms come to a 90. And 4 and 3, good. 2 on 1, turn your palms toward one another. You are going to give me a narrow press up overhead, and then you'll pull those arms back down. Press up overhead, and then pull those arms back down. Just 10 seconds right here. You're going to keep those arms at 90 so we can add in that half curl, just like you did with those arms open. In 4, in 3, good. 2, just to 90. Extend, half hammer curl, press up overhead. Half hammer curl, squeeze your triceps, press up overhead. 10 seconds here. 9, squeeze. 8, 7 and 6. You hold those arms out nice and long for me. And 4, yes, you can. 3, good. 2, out, palms face the ground. Hold, take a big inhale. Can you pull your belly button in? You have 10 seconds in the hold. 9, yes, you can. 8 and 7, you've got 6 seconds here. 5 and 4, final 3 and 2, arms come down. You're going to reach them right into that good morning, that deadlift, and you're going to stand back up. You're going to reach those arms down, flat back, feel the stretch in the back of your legs, and then you stand up with control. So we're just reaching those weights down towards that mat, towards our shins. 10 seconds right here. You're going to stay low for me because we're going to go into a little bit of back work. In 5, stand up. It's almost just that lightweight deadlift. In 4, in 3, come down and hold on this next one. In 1, come down and hold. From here, palms still face your quads. You're going to open up those shoulders and you're going to squeeze those shoulder blades or open up those elbows. Big squeeze. Now watch your back. It's flat. You're hinged forward here. Your belly button is pulled in as you squeeze shoulder blades and release. For 5, good. For 4, headed back into your triceps. For 3 and 2, turn your palms together. Pull both elbows up. You are alternating in your row. Alternate in that row. Excuse me, in your tricep extension. You know, same but different. Extend left. Extend that right. Yes, you can. All full range, no pulses. We just bring it together to finish. Can you start extending right and left? bending them. Extend right and left. Give me 20 seconds in this extension. You squeeze your triceps with everything that you have. Can you bring both arms together? If you can't, you just keep alternating. Keep belly button in, hinge forward. We have 10, 9, good, 8, and 7. Yes, we can. 6 and 5, final 4 and 3, last 2. On 1, you stand all the way up. You set those weights down. Set those weights down. Bring those arms together. Final 3 changes. Start squeezing your forearms. Elbows are hip height. Just start squeezing. Final 3 changes in your standing arms. We're getting ready to come back to that mat. So I just want you to burn it out right here. I want you to think, how tight can I squeeze? Yes, love that we're holding on to those weights. You've got tiny little squeezes. I'm cueing body weight, but if you want that extra challenge, I don't mind if you have the weights. Can you start to pulse it up and in? So you squeeze in, you pulse up. You squeeze in, you pulse up. You keep fighting, you keep squeezing. I need you to hang in there for me. You still have 10 seconds right here. We finish in a hold. Squeeze in and up. Squeeze in and up. You've got 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Don't give up on this. 3 and 2. Now you just hold for me. And now you think about where you're contracting in your body. Soft bend in your knees. You squeeze your forearms with everything that you have. You're exhaling, pulling belly button in. I need 10 more seconds from you. 9 and 8. Good. 7 and 6. In 5, you reach down to the mat. You walk out into your plank. Ignore where your computers are. You'll move them in a second. In 4, in 3, in 2. Arms come down. Drive those down to the floor. If I can speak, walk out into your plank. High plank, go right into your shoulder taps, right into your shoulder packs. Taps, packs. You know, it's like a Monday for my speaking abilities right now. We'll move those computers in a second. Here's what I need from you. You should be fatigued in your shoulders. Now focus on your lower body. Are your abs engaged? Can you squeeze and pull belly button in? You have 15 seconds left in these taps. You're going into a slow climber before you take a break. In 10 seconds, you are going to bring right elbow to that, or right knee to that left elbow, left knee to that right, slow and controlled in 5, 4, good, 3 and 2, slow climber. Bring that elbow and knee together. As you drive that knee in, you bring it across your chest. I need 15 seconds and you're going to get a break. Let your shoulders finish out right here. You've got this. As you're breathing, as you're pulling that knee in, think about those lower abs. Final 5 in a child's pose. 4, yes, you can. 3 and 2. On 1, everybody rest. Come all the way down, open knees up. If you do need the sip of water, you're going to take it now. If you're going to move those computers, you're going to do that for me. And then you're going to find that little bit of a stretch. You're coming down to the home stretch. Take a big inhale, come back on your backs for me. Come back on your backs. Can you grab your weights? Sorry, I didn't cue all of you to bring them down. Grab your weights for me. You're going to bring your weights on each side of you as we go into that bridge work with a little bit of weights just to finish out center booty here for me. So weights are going to come into your hands. I know most of you just have those 2s and 3s. You could use 5s, 8s, anything heavier here. You're going to open those feet up so your heels are on your mat, your toes are off. Your arms are nice and wide. You're going to come into your bridge and you're going to press up with those hands. Everything comes down. So you're putting it together. You're going to give me a squeeze in those glutes and then a wide press. Exhale, press to the top. Inhale, lower down. Can you drive your heels down and lift your toes up for me as you exhale and then inhale? You press everything up. You bring everything back down for 10 seconds right here. Good. Lower, exhale, squeeze to lift. Perfect. 5. You press all the way up. Elbows are wide here. 4. Good. 3. Nice. You're holding at the top in 2. Everybody hold at the top on 1. Arms reach up. Now is when palms are going to face one another. You're in a high bridge. You do not move your butt. You're going to go into that nice tricep, that narrow chest press. So now elbows come right past your side and you press them back up. Elbows come right next to your rib cage and then you press them up for 10. Good. For 9 and 8, you've got to squeeze. You're in a bridge hold. 5, squeeze for 4, hold at the top in 3, last 2. From here, all you're doing is bending your elbows. Weights come towards your forehead and squeeze at the top. Lowering just those hands. Don't worry, we'll give arms a break and those legs will move in a second. 5 more skull crushers. 4, good, big reach. 3 and 2, arms stay static. Now just lower your legs, lift and squeeze. Arms are just reaching up towards the ceiling. Just your glutes are moving right here. You hold at the top in 4, hold at the top in 3 for pulses, in 2, last full range bridge. Now just pulse at the top, arms are static. All I want you to do is squeeze your glutes. Heels are down, toes are lifted. Ooh, that black band, you got to be on fire. You have 10 seconds in a hold, 9 seconds here, 8 and 7. We're going to start pressing our knees out and in 5 and 4, final 3. Yes, you can. 2, keep arms right where they are. If you need the break in the arms, you bring them down. If you can keep reaching, keep reaching. You're just pressing your knees out an inch and in an inch. It's a tiny little press that in that abduction. Think about squeezing from center booty. You're almost out of this. Give me 45 more seconds of work. We're going to put it together. Full range bridge with that abduction at the top. So you lower down to a hover. You press those knees apart. If you want to bring your hands to your hips, you can. If not, keep reaching them. Just finish those shoulders out. You come down to a hover. You press those knees apart. 10 seconds and final hold in 8. Yes, you can. 7 and 6. You've got it. 5 and 4. Hold on to those weights for 3 and 2, bring your butt down, hold weights toward that ceiling, float legs to tabletop for me. You can point through those toes or flex. Here's your final change. Take a big inhale. Exhale, reach those weights towards your ankles. Find that high high crunch hold. Take that big inhale. Can you come up 1 inch further right here for me? Everybody point through your toes. Extend right, extend left. Reach weights towards those heels for 5, for 4. Yes, you can. 3 and 2 on 1. Everybody rests. Weights come down. Bring your knees into your chest. We're going to finish where we started. Take a big inhale here. Bring that right heel in. Left leg is going to extend. Take a big inhale. Walk your hands down towards your shin and then pull that knee into your chest. I'm okay if it opens out to the side. You'll bring it back through center for me. You'll release that right leg. Pull your left knee in for me. Give it a really big squeeze. You're welcome to open that left knee out to that left side and then bring both feet back together one more time. Both knees to your chest. You can find that happy baby, or you can just pull those knees in to take that final inhale here. Exhale, roll yourself up to that seated position. We'll go ahead and reach those hands up overhead. Just really big inhale and exhale. Palms can come together, and then we can bring them down to heart center as we get ready to cut off. I will see everyone Thursday at 6:45, and I hope you have such a great day. Thanks, ladies.